Tottenham, man. What are we doing? Last 2 days I've woken up and it's been an absolute madness. And by madness, I mean, they don't know. They don't know. That shit was great. They don't know. Yeah, come on. Mohammed Kudus, it's official. It's officially official. I scheduled the show and it wasn't official. And then I was thinking it was going to be a double official the next day. Turns out they announced it today. And we got the Gibbs-White. Here we go. Yeah. Ooh, you know, it's hard to describe the feeling. That's why I just feel like I got to just keep playing clips, but I don't want to overwhelm. But I don't know if y'all know, Arsenal also, you know, yesterday I thought it was great because I was like, oh, look, they made a bid for MADUEKE the same day that we got the Here We Go for Kudus, roughly the same price. Even better, they got the Here We Go today before the show started. It's a great feeling.
The breeze is stupendous. I want to dance. Let me show you how.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Sorry, I was trying to drink that while the clips were playing, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Today I feel stupendous. Today I feel wonderful. What is that FIFA? But today I feel... I'm not even going to say it because someone will clip that and they'll take it out of context. I just know... I feel like Adele, you know, I do. I feel like Adele.
Damn, I'm on my Britney shit. Oops, I hit again. Damn, I'm on my DJ Khaled shit. We the best. Damn, we rolling hella deep. I feel like Adele.
I feel like Adele, 110%, shit, 310%, shoot, 410%. I was trying to think, like, when is the last time in 24 hours we've had two signings that essentially you could argue walk into our starting 11? Now, I've seen many different variations as far as where people see Gibbs-White playing. They say, oh, he's a better 8, he's a better 10. I mean, I remember seeing him play out there on the left side for Notts Forest when they first were coming up, or I think it was whenever he first went from Wolves there. Regardless, I ain't even trying to worry about this FIFA lineup right now. All I know is even if they play the same position as somebody who was here, they're going to take it. And if they ain't taking it, they're making that motherfucker think that they're going to take it. And that, to me, iron sharpens iron. You can only cut diamonds with diamonds or something like that. Diamonds are forever. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to say what's up to the chat. And then there's a whole bunch of bookmarks to get to. A whole bunch of stuff I can't wait to talk to y'all about. Like, look at this. Look at Egal. 6 forwards we've signed since Arteta joined Arsenal. 4 have been from Chelsea. Look how bad those are. I feel like Adele. Big up Kate and Jimbo. I don't know if y'all are still awake. It's pretty late, but if you are awake late at night, hopefully you're doing fantastic and too blessed to be stressed. Sean Hurl, Morgan Gibbs-White, my heart overflows. Proper baller. Big up Sean Hurl. Quez Ali's here in the house. Big up Quez Ali. Guy Thompson. It's him. It's the guy. Big up, Guy. Hopefully you're moving well. Hey, if you're moving like Tottenham, you're moving real nice right now. I feel like it's time I bring it back. If you ain't talking to me nicely, at least today, then don't talk to me at all right? I don't want to hear nobody talking to me unless it's talking to me nicely. Hey, bro, what a time to be alive. Come on, Tom Lowry. Ain't we too blessed? Ain't we blessed? Arsenal go to Chelsea. Run me them peas, blood. Why are they weird lovers and they try to act like they're rivals, but we know that they love each other? I don't get it. 2 signings. We moving. Shaved. I did shave. I did shave. Has someone cloned Daniel's credit card? I saw someone tweet from a Daniel Levy account. They said, thank you for all the concerning, everyone's concerned about me. I took an acid trip and lost my wallet. I'm going to check my bank account. Either way, no refunds. No refund. We didn't get a receipt. Pedro Porro not happy with having to defend Kudus one-on-one. That's going to get confusing. Kudus and Kulu and Udus and Budus. It's going to get real confusing. But big up, Jordan. Good to see you every single time. Big up, Benner. Got my training kit yesterday. I'm feeling great. The training shirt looks really good this year. It could just be the color scheme. I don't know, but I think it looks really sharp. Just like our shirts this year look so fucking nice. Obviously, if you haven't seen yet, the third kit's going to be that beautiful yellow with the blue. I'm going to get Kudus in the yellow, and I'm going to buy it today on DH Gate. I can't wait. Guy Thompson. If we play Morgan Gibbs-White and Solanke at the same time, it'll confuse. I'm more worried about confusing Bentancur. Guy, when we play Morgan Gibbs-White and Solanke, I think Bentancur might shit his pants. I think he might. He just won't say anything. Raymond Islam. Hey, I haven't seen you here in a while. Big up, Raymond. Hi, Jacob. What a lovely day. Kudus and Morgan Gibbs-White. 120 in 24 hours. It's actually 110, I think. But who cares? We're definitely moving mad this window, and I'm all here for it. Also, watching the Arsenal fans meltdown over MADUEKE is hilarious. I call him Mapuki because you know what? That's a pookie right there. I'm a happy clapper tonight. Thankful for Ainge who made all this possible. You know, there's... I saw this video about Cars, the movie, you know, the Cars, and they said based on Cars 2, there's a car clone of every human that's been on Earth. So in theory, that would mean that there was a Christianity for the Cars. And if that's the case, then that would mean that there is a person who died for their sins. And if that's the case, his name must have been Jesus Chrysler. That's a good one. Anyway, I digress. I can't be wasting time. I don't have too much time today. This won't be the longest live, so hopefully, however long you are here, you enjoy it. I'm gonna try to stay on point. I've been thinking and looking at old content versus my new content, and like how could I get better? And I used to be better at staying on topic back then, and it seems like it's gotten worse. Henry Thong TV. Yeah, Henry, this is the second day in a row that you've been here. So first of all, thank you. Second of all, I thought pretty sure you were one of those accounts that were talking shit on me, but it's all good. I forgive and forget. Probably forgetting it, but you know, anyone named Henry Thong TV is all right by me. Paul 123, big up Jacob. Come on, you Spurs. Hope you're good. I'm blessed, baby. I'm blessed. There's a bot over there on Kick with the paragraph. I ain't reading all that. Happy for you, or sorry that happened to you. All right, Jacob Lad, big up Indiana Stones. Why does it feel like we've woken up in a parallel universe? I mean, great question. I've played this video a few times, and I said I need me a bitch like this.
Damn, but I need a bitch like this. Carry me on your shoulders. Help me out.
And it seems like Levy can be that one to carry us on his shoulder. Do we give props to Levy? I feel like people are a little reluctant to. I've seen some fun AI photos of him doing the Ronaldo holding up a shirt. I've seen him in the Spurs shirt and it says Levy in on the back. And those are kind of fun. That's some fun stuff. You know, like people like having fun. But either way, whether it's Levy taking a step back, thank you, or Levy pulling the strings, thank you. From what I've read online, it seems like a lot of it has been spearheaded by Lange. Sorry, I got distracted. It seems like at least that's what the people on Twitter are saying. I don't have any fucking inside information, so don't take it like I've got some source that's telling me anything. But shit, we waking up and we feeling real good, Indiana Stones. Hopefully you are too. Big up, Chills. Hey, Chills, come on, man. Waking up feeling like 50 Cent. Yeah, we in the club. Well, you know, we may not be in the club, but we're getting some people to join our club, and it's a beautiful thing. Can you imagine we buy first teamers, create competition, and move people on with fees with the aim of always upping the standard? Crazy talk. Archibald, this is all that I wanted. So if you remember, when Ainge got sacked, I was very pissed. And then we hired Thomas Frank, and I got even more pissed. It just felt like we were taking steps backwards. This seems like the thing that I was just saying, please, just make progress. It's not about the individuals. It's just about the notions and the desire to improve. And it literally looks that way, you know. And there was a conversation going on in the United Spurs of America WhatsApp group, and big up Kate every single time. Big up Nate Pye as well. Nate Pye said, something like along the lines, I wish this would have happened for Ainge, or at least it's happening now, or something along those lines. And Kate said, well, Ainge was backed. And I could see how financially you could make that argument. However, contextually, timing wise, I don't think that that's true, because even if it was or it wasn't, what Ainge said was my key priority signings were Van de Veen and Brennan Johnson. Now, Van de Veen, y'all remember we signed 3 days before the season started, and he started. And then Brennan Johnson, we signed a few days after, or it was 2 or 3 matches after the season started. So if I'm to believe what Ainge said as words that are allegedly true, those 2 key signings, one is 3 days before the season starts, the other one is the 3 games after the season starts. It's backing, but it's like, yeah, I came to pick you up when you were in a car accident. How quick did you get there, though? Were you quick enough to save my life, or at least save my leg? And, for right or wrong, all I care about is where we're going, and it looks like they're going to do right by Frank, because I'll go back. Pochettino, Jose, Nuno, Conte, Ainge. I feel like all 5 of those managers were not backed in this sense, with 2 immediate signings, very quick. I mean, July 10th, and we're talking about, here we go on a second big signing. Like when we did the Kudus yesterday, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get another one. Maybe Visa, that'd be nice. However, we getting the here we go with the Gibbs-White. I mean, it's just like, I woke up and I saw that. I said, there's no way. This has got to be one of those fake accounts that looks real, but it's actually fake. But it's not. It's very real. We're so real. We're alive. Them titties is real. And I think that's a big thing. Big up, y'all. I'll try to catch up on the chat so we could get through all the business we got. I don't want to get too distracted. West Ham fans, an absolute meltdown. Great to see. I just wish I had more time yesterday to keep looking at more of them crying. And it's not just them. Apparently, I also saw, where is the tweet? It must be on my profile page. Hang on. Oh, shit. So many dubs this week, I can't keep up. Pokeef said nothing is going to happen this week. And we've had our... Oh, this is what I was talking about. So Graham Bailey tweeted 2 hours ago that Nottingham Forest are frustrated with Morgan Gibbs-White's decision to accept move to Tottenham, sources confirm. England international had options, including Man City, but he opted for Spurs, who were made aware of his clause last month. Damn, I'm on my Britney shit. Oops, I shit again. Ooh, I roll it hella deep. I feel like Adele. I do love it. Damn, I'm on my Jacob shit. Yeah, we talking nice. I like to see that. Who's this baby face assassin? Well, you can't spell assassin without ass twice. How about that? Kudus sounding name. Solanke Gibbs-White looking the same. Hey, that's a nice little rhyme you had there. Big up Shoshi. Every single time, Shoshi. Need to brand that thing. Skip to my Lou. What? Talk to me nicely. The thing is I can't say that like it's only mine. I've heard it in rap songs too. I've heard Migos say it. I've heard Young Thug say it. Travis Scott said it. Maybe they heard me say it and they all wanted to talk to me real nice. I don't know. There are Kudus on the back. Oh, number 20, like Dele Alli. Y'all see he's wearing the number 20. That shit is nice, son. That shit is nice. Spurs are cooking, bro. We in the kitchen. We in the kitchen right now. Just let me eat you.
Just let me eat you one time. Just let me eat you one time. And I guarantee you're gonna ask me to stay to your house. You're gonna sleep for 3 days, my baby. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make you cry.
How you gonna show us?
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh no, Jacob, don't talk about pure generational memory like cars. My favorite character is still Donkey from Shrek. That's a good character. I did like Donkey from Shrek. What's up? Kostubia. Hopefully I didn't fuck your name up too bad, but big up Kostubia. What's up, Jacob? Came to know you from Dawn to Sam. Well, I guess a great day for the Lily Whites and a great day to forget the Gooners and a great day to forget for the Gooners crying. Well, maybe a day for them to forget. This is the day for us to celebrate, I would say, because you know what? We got Mohammed Kudus. I was thinking of a song for him. I was, you know, are we gonna call him Mo or are we gonna call him Mohammed? Because if we call him Mo, Mo, how do you like me? How do you like me? Mo. Yeah, come on. No, bro, we did argue over some opinions, but at the end of the day, hey, come on, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look at Henry Thong. That baby, that thong, the thong. Love it when your booty go. Not to sound ungrateful, these signings now give me Robinson or Paulinho. I'll take Paulinho. I kind of really want Douglas Luiz. Another name I want to throw out there that I feel like not enough people are talking about, because maybe he's not for sale like that, but shit, the way we moving anybody for sale, we coming for anybody. Manu Kone, he played last year at AS Roma, and I believe he's still contracted to Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Look at this. Work calling me. No, thank you. Shoot. He's like, where you at? It's 5 o'clock. Shit, I'm talking about Mohammed Kudus. I'm talking about that shit, baby. Come on, we on that shit now.
Whoa. Spin. Let me see how you walk.
Hey, come on, man. Daniel Huang, we out here doing our thing. Bro, work is trying to call me again, bro. If I ignored your, hey, call me, please. Can't, bro. Can't. I'm live. I mean, should I call my boss? No, I'm not going to do it. What do you think about Galatasaray? I think y'all paid as much for Victor Osimhen as we paid for Dominic Solanke. So that's very nice. I think they're cool. That's nice. Jose Mourinho's at Fenerbahce, but hey, there we are. Deadline day. Yeah, he might have been deadline day. You're right. He might have been deadline day. Shit, the chat is. I'm way behind. Remember when Wolfie said, bro, Wolfie ain't no Wolfie, bro. Wolfie's a puppy. Fuck we talking about? He's a little a little arf. He ain't no wolf. He ain't no Wolfie. His name's probably something like Ahmad. Archer, big up Jacob. Looks like we're cooking now. Hey, we cooking with hot grease, baby. Talk to me real nice. Players want Spurs and prioritizing a move to us, the most beautiful thing in the world. Dude, saying no to Chelsea? Saying no to City now? Come on, man. No, the headband, but hey, you could. Skip to my Lou? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm confused. I'm trying to fly through the chat to catch up. What's up, bro? How are you doing? What are you talking about, LOL? I'm talking about all type of things. Big up Blockchain over there on the kick. If you are on the kick, how you doing? Talk to me real nice. If you're on the YouTube, you're already talking real nice, so good to see you as well. They bid 22 mil for Visa. Wow. They're a bunch of bozos. They're trying to use that money that we about to send to. Come on now. Nova THFC. Big up Nova. We are actually spending big money. Would pray for time. Bro, we prayed for the Nova. When is the last time we activated a release clause? I'm pretty sure it was Toby Alderweireld. I ain't said that name in a minute. I'm pretty sure it was Toby. I don't know. Staffy TV, up your ass raid. Well, first of all, thank you for the raid, but second of all, what the hell kind of motherfucking raid name is that? All right, mate. All right, mate. Well, big up for the raid. I see a few people with the up your ass raid. That's crazy. I got all these people in my chat saying up your ass. That's a crazy. Big up Zoe, 1991. Hey, yo. Hey, Zoe, I'm going to tell you this right now. 1991 is a fantastic year. That's the year in which I was born. And you know what? Maybe this guy can tell me why. Why?
Which Jacob am I talking to?
But hey, you getting a double dose of a backhand right now.
Do you have two cameras so you can feel like you're streaming with someone, like to keep you company?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like when I say, hey, Staffy, you want to do a stream this week? Hee. You're like, no. And I'm like, why not? You say, I'm busy one day out of this week. Therefore, I can't do a show with you at all this week. And here you are. So how blessed are we?
Very blessed. I'm here to ask you a question, though. I know you want to understand why we set up your ass rate. There will be only one answer to this. And it's going to come from you. Are you complaining about anything this summer when it comes to your club?
Am I complaining about anything?
Mm-hmm. Seems
I
like you're
think
in a
there's
good
only
mood.
one.
Are you relaxed?
I feel like Adele.
So you're relaxed, you'd say.
Yeah.
Well, that's great news. It means you don't like things up your ass. However, I do remember a few weeks ago, you seemed a little bit upset with your summer. You were upset with Ainge leaving. You were upset with the Thomas Frank appointment. You seemed a little bit upset until obviously now you got Kudus and Morgan Gibbs-White. And I have bad news for you. When you don't like certain things that your club's doing in the summer, we're gonna have to add something on this. Do you see this little screen? You gotta add it to the stage that I shared.
Let me take the hand.
Terry, what do you think about fans that are not happy about their clubs, especially United fans?
Love like getting shafted up your own pipe for your own.
Okay, so so bad news for you. If you're unhappy with Spurs, bad news for you.
Why are you gay?
What? Can you play the clip of him saying? It's like it happened so quick. He just said, "Getting shafted up your." What is the context? What is the? I need like a little bit more lead room.
The context is, this is me as a United fan because I'm not happy with my summer.
Clause now, a buyout clause counts for Tottenham. Some of you Man United fans love like getting shafted up your own pipe for your own club.
So, moral of the story is, I like things en masse.
Okay.
So this is why I was up ass rate.
You know,
up your ass
I don't
rate,
want to judge. That's not my particular.
Oh no, it's great news for some people, not for me, but some people. That's unfortunate. Some people they'd love that. It's unfortunate for me though, because I don't like things up my ass. But according to Terry, remind me again. What do I like?
Some of you Man United fans love like getting shafted up your own pipe for your own club.
Apparently, I like things shifted.
So because you're not happy, I don't know why you're trying to talk about United, because the vibes have been immaculate. We're talking about Kudus, Gibbs-White, and you're over here. Have you even signed Mbuemo?
No, but that's why I have things up my ass, because I'm asking where Mbuemo is. And how dare I say Spurs have signed 2 players in 24 hours, while I haven't signed Mbuemo in 39 days, almost 40 days. So
that's how long it's been since we won the final.
So basically, if you're not happy, you know
that's crazy.
Terry, can you give us a reminder again?
Let me do.
Today I decided I'm not happy because Spurs signed 2 players and I'm still the signed one. Terry, what do you think about that?
Now a buyout clause counts for Tottenham. Some of you Man United fans love like getting shafted up your own pipe for your own club.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we discussed that and you know, it makes more sense now, the up your ass raid, which is still strange because I don't have any complaints. You know how I felt actually before this Kudus thing happened. I was very.
You were having things up your ass, but now you're relaxed. So congrats. You.
I would say I was more just being overtly sarcastic than booty hole things. That's just me.
Not on this side of the world. When you come to the United
I see you're
side
struggling.
Of the world,
I felt like you when we sacked Ainge. I was feeling like the energy I'm getting from you. I was that.
I mean, we did a whole stream about it. If you're unhappy with the club, and listen, we revisited a whole clip from Omar Barada, where he said we know the areas of investment that we want to invest in. We have a clear plan, and the most important one, he said we are prepared for different scenarios. So it's all about execution. July 10th, we've executed nothing, and if we call it out, it means we like things up our asses. So we're screwed anyways. It's either I have to be relaxed about a shit team, or I have to take something up my ass. So it seems to me like I don't have much a flexible choice here. I'm doomed either way.
Well, you know, I would just say as long as you don't have to become an unnamed midfielder, then you're good. As long as it's all consensual and everyone's good. No worries about.
Don't you
all
find it
that.
crazy that, by the way, MADUEKE got more petitions than someone who was unnamed?
Then an unnamed midfielder who got arrested, and
Which
then they named him.
means you're allowed to be unnamed, and you know what that means. But you're allowed to be unnamed as long as you're a good footballer. But if you're a bad footballer, that's where we draw the line. Welcome to Arsenal Football Club, guys, where you're allowed to do certain things against some people's will, with no consent. But if you play good football, you're fine. But if you're not all that and you play shit football, a petition is coming your way.
You know, that's it is weird because I did see that like an hour ago. They've have like 800 something, 900 signatures on the No to MADUEKE petition going around. I'm like, where the fuck was this energy? And then they still to this day like, well, that's not our player anymore. We've moved on. It's like, you protected him for years. Your manager made sly fucking digs in the press conferences, and now it's all hee hee. Don't worry about that. Hee hee. It's all hee hee ha ha. Let me ask you, from a footballing perspective, back to the fun stuff, because
Wait, I
Tottenham
know
are
you're
having
gonna ask
fun
me
now.
about Kudus
These
and
last 2
Gibbs-White.
days,
I know you're gonna ask me, but I have one more request. Can you go to No Context Fan TV and play the Igal clip? Because now that clip is even
on
better.
Twitter.
And you actually, you need to record it and save it. I know you didn't see it yet.
Which one is it?
So go to No Context Fan TV or whatever they're called on Twitter, and just play the Igal clip.
All right, one second.
I promise you're going to actually clip it. For anyone who hasn't seen it, I promise you, just stay with us for a minute. You will not regret it.
Bro, hang on. Just look at the way it presented the options here.
No
I said no
gay.
context. It says no context gay, no context college football. What the fuck?
They heard the up the ass thing, so they're like, you know what, this makes more sense for them.
No context gay.
It in a calm manner, because if I wanted to blow,
Not him. Yeah, and that's great as well. He said, if I wanted to blow,
Wait a
I'll
minute.
blow.
Let me hear that.
David in a calm manner, because if I wanted to blow, I'll fucking blow. You understand me?
Well, we need a clip of that as well.
Ain't no motherfucking way, dog. All right, I'm bookmarking
totally
that.
forgot about that one.
Ain't no motherfucking way, dog.
You need to clip that.
If I want to blow, I'll fucking blow.
I want
yeah?
to blow. I can fucking blow.
Calm manner, because if I wanted to blow, I'll fucking blow. You understand me? And this team better fix up
Blow
big
the
time, because
stream,
what I
Dave.
saw
Someone said blow the stream,
against
Dave.
PSG was Ancelotti version 2.0.
Oh my god.
Whatever, go there. Go to the Igal clip. Go to the Igal.
Big
That's
up,
the
big
best.
up, Sam. Hopefully you're doing well. Big up, buddy. Much love.
Fuck him. Listen.
Did you just say fuck Sam? You were on his channel this morning. Did you say that to him then?
No, because he didn't diss me in the morning, but he just dissed me now.
Oh, okay.
Why? Arsenal have
I had to pause it.
So awkward, man. I love Igal, but that's so awkward. Why? Like when he tried to be serious, you couldn't take him too.
No fucking.
Let him get
I guess because I work with him enough and I listen to him enough that just his face.
It's just so awkward.
why?
Why? Wallahi, the ending is a lot better. Please continue.
Oh my fuck. Okay, I'm gonna try to not pause it. I was starting it over though, because
I promise you that the end of it is even greater.
Why? Arsenal have absolutely messed up the transfer window. You were doing all right. You were doing well. You were saving money to get the best players available. And now what do? Nani goddamn MADUEKE for 50 million plus add-ons included. This deal does not make no goddamn sense unless those add-ons are 10 million. Unless the add-ons
I love how he
are
added
10 million
unless.
and they're like goal bonuses, Champions League bonuses, Premier League winning bonuses. That's the only goddamn way this makes sense. And if they think Alanga is the benchmark, they're joking. They have to be joking. Arsenal have a good relationship with Chelsea. What the hell? Listen carefully. What the hell do Chelsea have?
Wait, what do you say?
I said, look how he gets so close. Listen,
Yeah,
listen.
he repeated it.
Arsenal have a good relationship with Chelsea. What the hell? Listen carefully. What the hell do Chelsea have on the owners? What the hell do Chelsea's owners have on the Cronkies? What the hell do Chelsea's board have on our board members? What do they have on us? Why? Why?
I wish it was full screen.
Get me Eze. Get me Rodrigo. Those are the guys that are going to make a difference.
Play that again.
Why?
I love the beginning the most.
Why? Why? These board have on our board members. What do they have on us? They have on us.
The mark, I think, is 113.
Board members. What do they have on us?
14.
Why? Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna record that.
Tell me that's not your wife when she comes home and you didn't do the dishes.
Among many other things that I did, yeah.
Oh my god, that was so funny, man.
Bro.
Why?
Part of what made the news yesterday so fun was that it was like, we got the here we go. It wasn't like we got rejected on a bid and then we got the here we go then fucking 2 days later. And the whole time I was kind of apathetic about the Kudus thing, thinking at any point Chelsea was going to come take them from us because that seemed very viable. They were just waiting to sell MADUEKE. But then you got the Arsenal submitted a 50 million bid for MADUEKE the same day, and then got the same why? And then
that was
today
me,
they get the here we go. We announced Mohammed Kudus, and we got the here we go. So it's just like we're doing what I think Tottenham need to do. So let me ask you, because I know you're not going to stay the whole show, and I actually want to get some footballing opinions out of you, because that's, you know, one of the only things that's the juice in this lemon here. Definitely not basketball. Don't ask him about basketball, because he'll give you some waffle egal ass basketball opinion. But when it comes to football, I actually rate Staffy's ball knowledge and his ball opinion. So I do want to ask.
All I said was the Dallas Mavericks are going to be good next season, but apparently that's a bad opinion. But sure, go ahead.
You were trying to love on that roster, that fucking stinky ass roster. Don't talk to me about no Dallas Mavericks right now. But my point is, I want to know from you, how do you see it? Not from a United perspective, just like a footballing perspective, and try to put your Tottenham hat on for a second. Like, what do you
Tottenham
think this should?
I don't have a Tottenham hat.
Metaphorical, like a.
All right, so you want me to give you my opinion on the two signings?
I just want to hear your opinion on them as footballers, and then like what you think they could bring for Tottenham, respectively.
I like Kudus.
Let's start with Kudus. Yeah.
I like Kudus. I wanted about United a couple years ago. I was angry when we paid 80 million for Anthony when he was there, because he was clearly the better footballer. I think he's a very emotional player, though. I think when he doesn't play in a good team and they're not winning, his attitude starts to stink. So I think he's someone that you don't want on your team when you're losing. But footballing wise, I think he's a good footballer. Are you gonna play it?
Sorry, I was trying to, like, in between your points, there's a great audio drop here. Let me make sure the volume's up.
What's the drop?
Only wanted Spurs.
I only wanted Spurs.
Yeah, that rattled a few people. He's a good footballer. He works a lot off the ball. He presses a lot. He tracks back a lot. He has insane stamina. He's very technical on the ball. He's not going to give you a lot of goals, though, so don't expect a lot of G&A from him. I don't think that's a specialty, but he's a creator. So it's good to have a creator down the right now. If you play him down the left, I think it's a waste. That's what West Ham did. They're idiots. They played him down the left. Morgan Gibbs-White, I like that signing. It's very obvious now what we're trying to do. You, in my opinion, you got the best transition 10 in the league. And when I say transition 10, by the way, people could see your screen.
Yeah, I want them to know. I guess I got to agree to that. I'm trying to win this Kudus shirt. Come on.
You got one of I think the best transition 10 in the league. And when I say transition 10, it's like I feel like he plays a lot better in teams that play on the transition a little bit more rather than just dominate possession. I don't like him in tight spaces. He does run with the ball very well. He does also press well. So he wins the ball a lot. He has a good shot on him from outside the box. He often makes the right decision in the final third. So I do expect him to get a lot of G&A playing for you. I think him and Kudus coming together makes sense as a signing with Thomas Frank. I think you will be a very good transitional team. I don't think you'll try to look to dominate a lot of possession in certain games. I think when you play against big teams, you're going to be very scared in the transition. You're going to have Solanke, Gibbs-White, Kudus, and
that's something I think Gibbs-White does really, really well. He's
very good on the transition.
Starts that transition, can switch play very. When I was going through a lot of his highlights this morning, that was part of it for me. I was like, I think you're hitting on a good nail there, where we're going to be very dominant in the transition game, because you got a player like Kudus who could get dished out from a player who could distribute the ball like Gibbs-White. I mean, Gibbs-White does all the things that I hear and that I like from James Madison. I've said last year that Gibbs-White does a lot of the work that I think Madison should be doing that he's unable to.
I think Madison is not a Thomas Frank type of player, because I don't associate him with physicality and working hard up the ball and winning duels. I think to play for Thomas Frank, you got to win a lot of duels. So I think he's building a stronger team for you guys. I think you're going to be good on the transition, but you still need to add a little bit more. I think Solanke is going to thrive the most with this combo, because he's going to play off Kudus and he's going to play off Morgan Gibbs-White. And I just seen Chris Wood score about 20 goals, I think, in the league last season, playing with them in force. Well, not with them, with him. In Morgan Gibbs-White. So these are good signings that you should be looking. And you can argue that you're having a better summer already.
Rodrigo Bentancur's going to have a heart attack.
And Solanke look alike. And
Bro,
Bentancur's
got to lose his shit, dog. He's got to get suspended again. We got to get rid of him.
By the way, that person who made that tweet and he sent it to me, he said he's physically going to shit himself. And I was like, bro, like, how else can you shit yourself? Can you mentally shit yourself? Can you emotionally shit yourself?
I guess you could emotionally, like mentally. Yeah. You could.
Like, Chris Peters, good to see you back in the house,
my friend.
But yeah, that's my footballing opinion. I mean, to be fair, last year I told you Solanke was a good signing. No one wanted to listen to me. And until today, some people think he's average. By the way, Deji is absolutely cooking when he says Solanke is better than Gyökeres. 100%. I'll tell you this. This is the challenge to Gyökeres now. If Gyökeres can come in and score 20 goals in this league, congrats. You've already done what Solanke did playing for Bournemouth. So that's the challenge for you. Go ahead and score 20 goals like he did.
So I saw a comment earlier that says there's no way Kudus was sitting there thinking about Tottenham. Well, here Mohammed tells us why Spurs were the only club for him. Now I'm curious. Everyone's calling him Mohammed. I kind of want to call him Mo, because what if he becomes our, Mohammed Salah?
I mean, they call him Mo Salah.
So yeah, I want to call him Mo Kudus, and I want to make a song for him.
Mo Kudus doesn't have a ring. Oh. Mo Kudus, Mo Kudus, running down the line, doesn't
at the highest level. How big the club is?
I'm getting that Kudus 20 today. I'm getting the Kudus 20 today. DH Gate, I'm about to hit you up.
He better not give you a Bissouma though, because I do feel like there's a potential for a Bissouma.
Oh, where I get my hopes up and I'm extremely. That's funny you say that, because I was on a stream. With a bunch of other people, and I said I don't think that I've ever been as excited for us to sign a Premier League player like this since Bissouma, and that's funny that you said that. Big up Chris Peters, gifting out 5 United, Jacob Walraven. And Scissor, I'm going to say United Spurs of America. I've been doing that a lot lately. I don't know why. I guess it's on my mind. It's on my heart. But let me see who got those memberships. Danny D. Chris Peters got gifted himself one. That's what I love about going to a Christmas party, bringing myself a gift. It's a beautiful sight. Frankie Escalona, Skip to My Lou, and Corey Boy. Congratulations to all 5 of you, including yourself, Chris Peters. Hey, Chris Peters with the self alley-oop. I love to see it. I'm excited because the number 20 is special to me in a Tottenham shirt because of my boy Deli. You know what I mean? My Deli boy. But I'm so excited for Mo Kudus. I'm trying to make it stick. Mo is DC Ave. What? He's probably closer to Mo on Twitter. From Napoli. Okay, now you're just talking out your ass for just a Kev, but it's okay. You know what? I'm gonna accept this because I jumped on a show earlier on Big Six Band's Monster.
Did someone say ass?
What?
You said he's talking out his ass?
Yeah.
United fans do more than just that with their asses, according to Terry Flewers. But please continue.
Oh, you don't want to play it?
Well, if you want to add it again, I can play it.
I already did.
It is here. I didn't even notice it. Yeah, we can do
I
that.
picked up on the segue you were going for.
Sure. Terry, what do you think about Regista Kev?
Some of you Man United fans love like getting shafted up your own pipe for your own.
Well, there you have it then, Regista Kev.
That's a good clip. That's like a good. I'm just
saving it. Like,
take
I'm
the
gonna
part.
clip
Just
it.
love getting shafted up your own pipe.
I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna add it to the StreamYard. I will send it to you. You know what? This is our mission today. You go clipping out. I'll clip this Terry thing, and then we'll play it. We'll add it together. Pinky stuffy. Did someone say ass? Listen, it's not me. I don't make the rules. It's Terry who made it, not me.
Well, let's get back to why Mohammed Kudus says Tottenham was
speaking of
lonely.
ass, okay.
The history and in the Champions League as well. So it's a big moment. I'm finally here. I'm very happy and can't wait to start. Most important part of why I come here is
he's beautiful. He's perfect. He's everything I ever dreamed of. I'm telling you, I don't even think we knew each other back then, but before he signed for West Ham, I threw the biggest fit. It was probably my first negative toxic moment on YouTube was when we didn't sign Kudus and we signed Brendan Johnson for more. That almost broke me, I'll be honest. Because this is a player I've admired for a long time. I've wanted him to come to Tottenham for a long time. When I do manager mode on FIFA, I always sign a Mohammed Kudus. I'm just
the project and how the manager sees I can develop under him, where he's come from.
So, Staffy, this is the part where he muds me. He absolutely mudded me with this next quote. All right, you ready for this? This is another reason why he wanted to come to Tottenham.
And how the manager sees I can develop under him, where he's come from, and seeing the amount of talent he's developed to become great players. It's a big sign of why, I wanted to work under him as well.
So you would say that Kudus has already been touched by
the words.
Yeah, it sounds like he's been touched by
the
him.
words. Yeah.
To be fair, he does make a good point. Thomas Frank does have a good track record of getting goal scorers to score goals. Wissa, Buemo, Tony. You have a very good chance of playing well with it.
That was a point that I had made yesterday, a couple different points, which was I think where he needs to improve. I love everything about his game except his end product and the final third. Sometimes the passes go wayward, sometimes the shots aren't great, but he does have some really good goal catalogs, even at West Ham and even for Ghana. But there was my thought process on this was, let's say Thomas Frank can grow a player X amount percentage, right? And if he took fucking Visa and Mbuemo, who are two players I had never heard of, and if you weren't a Newcastle fan, you probably didn't even know who Ivan Toney was. But then he takes those three players, and then everybody who's a fan of any team in the league all wanted any of those players. And I would still take Visa and Mbuemo at this club because of the players that they are now. And, maybe some of that is just their natural growth that they would have had, and that's down to scouting and recruitment. But also there's something to be said when a player like Kudus verbalizes that he sees what he's done. So then that could also be, almost an underlying subconscious factor why he can even be better than, he can actually be the Ghanaian Neymar that I want him to be. I know I said it as a joke when we were rumored with him, but he mudded me because he said another thing was Thomas Frank. I wanted to work under him, seeing the players that he made better. Like, I was like, I guess I'm a piece of shit for doubting Thomas Frank because Kudus doesn't.
So it looks like we're gonna be apologizing to Thomas Frank soon. But speaking of apologizing, we're not gonna apologize. We're gonna thank people because you just put it on the screen.
Another 5. Hey,
Chris Peter just gave 5 memberships, and you know what's crazy? TKA just got one. TKA is hiding. He's lurking in
Ghosted,
the chat. But he hasn't...
Danny King, TKA, Paulo Maroti, and Mello. Congratulations to you 5 dubs in the chat right now for Chris Peters. I like
yes,
that.
guys.
Nice
and TKA might pretend that he's not watching the stream, but the memberships caught him. And guys, guess what?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got you, TKA. While you're running away from Nani MADUEKE, we found you in this chat.
I remember when TKA said in the chat, "We're not paying 50, give it up," about Nani MADUEKE. Hey, I like that. You don't utilize the soundboard too much when you do your solo streams. I noticed, and
because I got angry most of the time. United just
I
don't
know
give me a
you were
reason
just
to be
yelling. You were just yelling.
Yes.
I was like, I did comment. I said Staffy deserves this.
This is me when I watch my United stream.
I missed that clip. I deleted it because people were like,
It was a little
"What
bit disturbing.
context
It was a
does that
lemur
have?"
getting head.
I'm a very direct winger.
Oh, Sean Hurl. 10. We've got, hey, Sean Hurl. Look at the calf muscle. I paused it for you there, Sean Hurl. 10 memberships, 10 membos,
Let's see who got
membonos.
him. I better get one of those. Let's see who got him.
Let's see. Rinketic Sports Agenda, Rafa DJS, Ben Bryant, come on, you Galapagos Islands, David, big up David, Harmless Potato, Buffalo Soldier, Jim 76, Al Jennings, Smithy, and Paddy Hartnett, my Limerick Spurs brother, Paddy. So congrats to those 10 of you, and then also dubs in the chat, double time. We've got 20 gifted. We got 20 new members because of 3 beautiful donations from 2 beautiful human beings. Chris Peters rejoined the chat. He took a break from YouTube because the shit's getting shit. But guess what? When the storm clears and you see Mohammed Kudus standing there waiting, hey, come on now, Mohammed Kudus.
You would say that there's a lot of gabagoo in the chat today.
Gabagoo. Over here.
Hey, I did say this yesterday. I quoted The Sopranos when they quoted The Godfather. I said, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Because really, going into the season, I was going to just be sarcastic, apathetic dickhead. And now I'm actually really excited. I'm genuinely like fucking excited.
Or having a good 48 hours.
Dude, could you imagine if tomorrow it happens again? I put in Lewis's
You're in
chat. I
for
was like,
Adam
Lewis,
Morton.
is this
If
what
you
it
get
feels
Warren,
like?
bro, I'm not gonna lie. You might have to put your balls on the table. You know,
Bro, ain't no way we're about to drop the bag like that on Wharton. But if we did, there's some options that I would even look at, even if we don't want to drop that kind of cash. Baleba for the new Basuma at Brighton. And then you've also got Manu Kone. Those are 2 players I'd look at, absolutely.
Adam Morton would be a great signing, though.
Oh, Adam Wharton would be a wet signing for sure. It would be something I would love to see. But what I would also say is, you know exactly what I mean. I did say yesterday that the Mohammed Kudus, here we go, had me wet behind the lips, but I meant wet behind the ears. I meant wet behind the ears because that's like a phrase for like you're swimming in the pool, I think.
So you said another man gets you wet.
No, but them playing for Tottenham might, and it did yesterday.
What?
You know, the last time, if we actually pay the 60 million release clause for Morgan Gibbs-White, the last time we did that was fucking Toby Alderweireld. Can you believe that?
A release clause?
Yeah, the last time we paid. Normally, we're like, "What's your release clause?" And then we just haggle them for months until they either break or someone else signs them. I think that happened with somebody. I can't remember. We were diddly dallying, then they just came in and paid the release clause and jumped over us. And then that is why we didn't get Ezzy. But I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'll still take Ezzy, but I'm not like. I mean, once he twerked for Arsenal, I'm pretty much done with him anyway. But anyway,
he is from the Arsenal Academy apparently. So,
well, he can go fuck off there with Norsgaard, fucking loser, and MADUEKE. Have fun. Guess what? I got Kudus and Gibbs-White. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Strong, very good in taking players on and creating chances. There's a lot of flair in my game. I like to entertain the fans as well. It's putting a memory in the head of the fans that they have in their head going back home. You know, the fans are really gonna enjoy what I'm gonna bring to the team. That's what football is about. Moved to Denmark, very big difference.
See, that's why I think he actually has a little thing for Frank, because he played in Denmark. Before he went to Ajax, he played in Denmark. And I think he's got a little Danish bias, you know, a little extra cream on the Danish, if you know what I mean.
Why are you gay? What do you mean by that?
Friends in culture, played there 2 seasons, went to Amsterdam, 2.5 seasons, West Ham, then here. And that's what the journey has been, and using my God-given talent to have an impact on where I'm coming from and change the lives of people and my family as well.
I love that part. That was a part I did want to start, because he said the first things he says, I want to come here and I want to help us get as many points as possible, and I want to give memories for the fans when they leave the stadium that they're like, wow, like talking about what he's going to do with the ball at his feet. And honestly, I've been saying, do you agree with this, Staffy? He immediately comes in and is our best dribbler of the ball. I'm saying he's our most dangerous forward.
Tight spaces, yeah. There's an argument for Maureen Gibbs-White as well.
But hey, he ain't wearing the shirt just yet. But when he do, shoot, hey, 2 signings, and now they're both competing to be the best at X for our club. Come on, man.
Have you got a nicknames for them yet?
Does Tottenham do this?
Have you got a nicknames yet? Because I know you give everyone a nickname.
I want it to be great when I come up with my nickname for Kudus. I don't, because you think I would have one for him, but it's weird because even for Adama Traore, my other beloved winger that we never signed, I didn't even have a nickname for him back in the day. I guess I only That's weird. I don't nickname players. You made me just think about that. Baleba is still going to be a lot. Ederson from Atalanta would be a good. I mean, I've heard good things about him, but apparently no one. Apparently they broke up. Danny D, Douglas Luiz, and Alicia Lehman, because I said, hey, if you, even more incentive to go out there and get Dougie. But
just notice, why is Vader not modded?
Where is he? It's because I deleted all the mods when I rebranded, and there he is. Vader Games. There you go, Vader. There you go. You got your moderation back. He'll be amazing.
And I missed the praise for the club and the manager for the summer signings. You know what, Vader, you're asking all the right questions, because you know what, if he's not praising his club, it means he has something going up his ass, and I don't think he wants something going up his ass. So you better start praising.
I don't want to go through the whole explanation. Terry said basically fans like Staffy like it, like
you can always show. You know, they say one picture is worth 1,000 words.
That would be 3 or 4 times. I try to keep the replaying of a clip. I try to keep it to 2 to 3 max on one stream.
For a clip that's this fresh and it's good, you know what? I think we deserve to play it one more time.
Damn, I'm on my Britney shit. Oops, I hit again. Damn, I'm on my DJ Khaled shit. We the best. Damn, we rolling hella deep. I feel like a damn.
We wasted a few seconds on that clip, but not the other clip.
Bro, I'm tired of hearing. Okay, all right, you convinced me.
Why would you be tired of that? You know what, Vader? This is Jacob if he doesn't praise his club this summer. Terry, what do you think about fans who don't praise their club in the summer?
Fans love like getting shafted up your own pipe for your own club.
Interesting. So you'd rather get something shafted up your own pipe than praising Thomas the Tuchel engine. That's very, I don't know. I think that's a very, very odd decision to make, Jacob.
Well, There's a comment here, and changing the subject from the Hotspur Hood that says, "Flair and players these days few and far between. I look forward to seeing Kudus at Spurs." I think this is why I was so drawn to like a player like St. Maximin, because I feel like they are kind of dwindling. I really liked Jack Grealish at Villa, and then that all got just kind of vaporized.
You should be thankful. You almost went for Grealish, and now you went for...
we almost got
Gibbs-White
Grealish and Garnacho. That was about to be
ours.
ours.
Amazing sometimes.
You know, in life, like, you go so long in the trenches of Joe Rodens, Gedson Fernandez, Carlos Vinicius Jr.'s, Fraser Forrester's, Clement Longlay's, Arnaut Danjuma's, Brian Hill's. You go through enough of that, you get to a point where that's all you think you're going to get. To where I was just ready for a MADUEKE and a Sklarnacho to come into Tottenham, because I just figured that's where we were. That's the way we were moving. But you know what? I don't even have to rely on Oda Squirt anymore. We've got Kudusi, Mohammed Kudusi. Kudusi. I like it, Jordan. I like it. We're on a good thought process here. But Oda Squirt is pretty good. I've got to take credit for that. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Mohammed Kudus is also a family man, because that was another thing. I said, people talk about his attitude, but you know what he said he wants to do? Come here and change the lives of his family. Basically, West Ham broke and they ain't paying enough.
So you're saying this is West Ham?
You're broke.
You're fucking poor. Oh, you don't have the second part?
You're fucking poor.
Okay, I was like, wait, where's the rest of it? Yeah, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. We will shake the league with Kudus. Speaking of shake the league, did y'all see the alleged handshake between Van de Veen and Kudus?
I'm so happy to be here. And my promise to you, we're going to make you proud. We're going to make you proud.
And this person said, you finally did it. You son of a bitch, you finally did it. Thank you, Nuno. We're here because of him. He helped us get here.
So where's the handshake?
Somewhere. Oh, see, this is when they fought. But Richarlison posted on Instagram and said, "Welcome to the Spurs family." Because there's a funny photo after he got done bitch slapping all these players. There's like 4 of our players face down on the floor.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he just started.
That was him. He bow. You want that? Boo! I love that shit.
I'd love to go back and see what you said about him after that stream, because I know you called him nasty things for sure.
You know what? I think I was doing. I wonder if I was doing a watch along.
You don't have to go back all that.
Well, I'm going to, because you mentioned it. I'm like, wait, what did I say? I remember I felt like, well, there goes my dream of Kudus signing for Tottenham, because he's smacking our players around. Do you know what date it was? That might help.
No, and I don't think you need to go back.
Well, you fucking said it. So
I think Vader's asking all the right questions. Is it safe to say that signings don't happen if Ainge was here?
No. Says who?
No, he's not saying that. He's asking that.
No, it wouldn't be fair to say. That stupid ass fucking AI question generated Chat GPT.
I would say, Vader, would they be able to make all these signings if Ainge didn't get them in Champions League?
I mean, he did mention Champions League before he mentioned Frank, and before he mentioned helping his family's lives change for the better. So
someone
sounds like
said that
Champions
Ainge
League
ran so Jacob can walk.
Bro, Ainge is that dude in the zombie movies that sacrificed his body so the rest of the group could get away, and there could be more of the movie.
So you'd say you lost your favorite manager, but because of him, you gained the player that you've wanted for years.
Don't care. Let me tell you. We don't care. Jerry.
contractually, when we reach the age limit of times we can say his name, I have to play that clip because we've moved on, but I still think about that side of town. You know.
Would you agree that Ainge walks so Thomas can speed walk?
He looks like one of them dudes at the park that be like doing that speed walk. You ever seen the motherfuckers? Yeah, they like saunter, they sachet down
Their
the
head
fucking
doesn't
sidewalk.
move. It's like,
Oh, but his hair's bouncing ever so gently. Yeah, I think I could see it. I absolutely could see it. Champions League has attracted these players 110%, but so has Frank. I mean, I can't say he didn't when Kudus literally said part of the reason, you know, after he mentioned Champions League, of course, that working under Thomas Frank, he's seen the other players and how he improved them, and he's very excited to be improved himself. And to me, that's fucking that like he mudded me and hugged me. It's like when there's one time I got in a fight, and after the fight, and this is kind of going back to the Kudus slapping everybody on the team. Like in high school, I used to get into fights, right? And most of the time after a fight, me and the dude would be like, "Are you good? Yeah, you good? Okay. Here's a smoke, and here's some water." You know what I mean? And we ended up being friends, and we're ended up being cool. It's just like you got to settle some shit sometimes as grown ass men.
You settle your beef with Mohammed Kudus.
No, I've never had beef with Kudus in that regard, but I'm saying the players, they could probably be better friends now because of it. And there was also that like. There's some video that they posted on the, was it? Here it is. I found it. But it's weird. It's a weird song. I don't understand this part of TikTok. And also, let me change the view so y'all can see it better. Because of this, I'm gonna just tell you right now, from an editing standpoint, they had me in the first half. But just look at the shade of the hand that's shaking Van de Veen. They clearly aren't shaking each other's hand. One thing I did notice as an editor myself, do you see that hand?
Yeah.
That's not Muhammad's hand.
I don't think there was any need for this video.
I think it's fucking weird and slightly sus. And I feel bad for Kudus having to partake in. Look at how happy he looks to do this. It's weird.
It was so cringe. I agree.
Was there a Levy TikTok, bro? They should not be having Levy on TikTok. Yeah, that was pretty sus. The song is kind of sus as it is. It's like,
speaking of sus,
It's crazy because after all that, they took.
Was that Cat?
Yeah.
It's crazy because after all that, they.
No, you know your next soundbite for Cat needs to be just that audio bites of him like, "Oh my God, stop!" under the basket.
Yeah, I'd have to do that myself.
Also, let me since I've got you here, let's also just enjoy the. I really feel like our announcement video game stepped up as well. This shit's a banger.
I only wanted Spurs. Play the truck.
Yeah, I don't know, some world champion is ball, you know. That them fin know, you know. Yeah. Who said them a say, them a the champion that me never hear. Ah, who could lose the Tottenham and him a go mash it up in every game. Choo. He got the pattern and style of as a kick be the name. Get to use from Nima, straight out of Ghana. Rise up the banner, alhamdulillah. Champion. Alhamdulillah. Star born leader, all eyes on you. Champion, champion, champion. All over the world.
That shit goes hard, dog. I know that's like the song that was made for him but like the bars in the song, the imagery.
You go in the comments of that video. Actually, that's the Spurs one, right? Like that's on Spurs official.
Yeah.
Can you click on the comments?
Oh shit. Lawless, the Kudus intro video. Bro, I was reacting to, he was crashing out yesterday. Him and what looks like a 15-year-old version of him older. They were trying to act like they weren't salty, but there was about 800 people in the chat
on this because it was getting a lot of comments and likes. Only 47. I expected more. Because you know what it is? I actually have a screenshot that I could send you. On June 18th, when you guys first got linked, and it's so ironic because I was the same spot I was at yesterday when I got confirmed. There's something about that spot. I might go back so you can get more plays. I was actually going to that shisha lounge by my job, and I see the news. So I text Lawless and I say, "Hey, Lawless, thoughts on this?" He said he wouldn't even take 70 million from Spurs. And he said, "We don't sell to Spurs." I have a screenshot of him saying it won't happen. We don't sell to Spurs. That was on June 18th. Yesterday, I go to that spot again for the first time since June 18th. And I get hit with the "here we go." And I'm like, yo, Lawless, what happened that we don't sell to Spurs? He blamed bad ownership and all that. But yeah, he was having a rough day. He told me that they don't sell to Spurs. The last time they sold to Spurs was Scott Parker about 20 years ago because they were in financial problems and they got relegated. So yeah, Lawless is mudded.
Shoshi, you like that song because you're a female, and it makes sense because it's like a girl's song, but not to be.
By the way, here's the screenshot. I said, "Thoughts on Kudus to Spurs" on June 18th. He said, "It's not going to happen. They don't have the facilities to buy Kudus off us. And they know if they sell him to Spurs, the fans would lose. We would lose our shit."
That's just music to my ears hearing these West Ham fans. Bro, you know who's been taking the most motherfucking heat is that West Ham Central or whatever. That's some account. Bro, people are cooking his ass fucking 24 hours a day. There's always a new fucking, fuck this dude. Fuck, he's just tweeting about Gibbs-White in 2024. People dug that tweet up. They're like, "We'll take it from here, fella." He's getting fucking roasted. Like, I was talking with my man, Michael, the dude who I started the channel with, and he's like, "Why do they think that we care about them like that? Like, we aren't, and like, we're not in the same tax bracket." It's like me and Tyler, the creator, talking about our tax returns. It's just not the same. It's completely different. But I'll be honest, there's, you know, this next video I'm about to play, it may look like TJ, but I promise you, it's just the way that Tottenham fans have been treating West Ham since the Kudus deal.
You're not scaring anybody. You're just making yourself.
See, that looks like TJ.
Hey,
it does look like TJ.
Come on, man.
That does look like. Bro, gets his ass thrown in the pool. Get your ass.
Damn, TJ's in the lake.
Yeah, throw his ass in the lake.
You want another? You want one too? At me.
And see, here the West Ham fans are gonna crawl up. They're gonna come back swinging.
Oh shit! TJ's taking a beating. Man.
Leave him alone, man. I wouldn't you go
Leave
back,
him
you
alone.
fucking moron. Bang! Bang! Come on, man. Bang! How to get in there?
I can't believe he's saying "bang" as his name.
Play-by-play. The play-by-play was insane.
He needs some milk.
TJ, get some milk.
Yeah.
TJ.
Yeah, he do need some milk. Apologies, Shoshi. I didn't mean to box you in. Hey, the Hotspur Hippie's here. He says he's buzzing. That's because you're a tree-hugging leaf eater. What did that say? Wait. Something like that, you fucking hippie. Dude, I'm still through the moon with this motherfucker. Bang! He really grabbed that motherfucker and just bang! Bang. I've never seen someone call in their own punches as they land. That's crazy.
Bang, bang, bang. Speaking of bang,
but look at this. This is
Bang! Wins the game.
the Scott Breen. Bang!
That was TJ getting punched up.
It was. But look at this. This is, you know, I used to live a life of Lloris, Tanganga, Sanchez, Dyer, Davies, Dart.
Horrible, I can't lie.
Kane is the only name on this that you say, okay.
Damn, so you guys waited for Kane to leave to get this team?
Imagine we had Kane in there. Come on, man. And now look
let me
at
tell
us.
you, honestly, in this team, who I really rate, Van de Ven, Romero, Kudus, Solanke, Morgan Gibbs-White, whatever on Vicario, whatever on Pedro Porro, whatever on Udogi, whatever on Bergvall because he's still young. Not really feeling Madison. Definitely not feeling Tell.
Well, don't worry, because Tell ain't feeling you either. He turned you down, and then he won a trophy with us. Did you remember that he did that? And then just a few months later, he was going like this, Staffy. Hey, fuck you, no.
He forgot that I have admin rights on his own channel.
Hey. And now he's gone. I didn't take
Just
you
wanted
out.
to make it a Jacob celebration. Celebrate with yourself. No Kulo. That's a good question. What happens to Kulo? I think Kulo has to play.
He's going to be injured most of the season, as far as I understand it, because he literally had surgery one of the last weeks before the season ended.
I expect
and it's one of those that
Thomas
they
Frank
say is
to
like
like him more than Madison if he's not injured. Though.
So you definitely don't see Madison as a Frankie boy. Because I've seen a lot of people come out with different lineups and like what they think Frank is going to do. To my understanding, the minimal amount of
It's not going to
Frank
be
that
this.
I've ingested
Here you have Morgan Gibbs-White as a 6, so that's definitely not going to happen. It's probably going to be a 6 and 2 8s.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. But isn't that what everyone was upset about with Ainge's midfield? Was the fact that we just had 2 basically box crashers and 1 sitting deep?
I don't know what you guys didn't like about Ainge.
For me, well, you say you guys, you ain't talking to me or my stunt double, but I think if I'm to understand what Frank is going to do, it's to be like water, fluid and adaptive and whatever the fuck, woohoo, you know, hee guys. And I'm just saying yes, whatever he's going to do, I'll just say yes. But there's a point that we were talking about earlier with Gibbs-White, the fact that like it just stood out to me, and that was one of the things that I was going to talk about with Gibbs-White specifically, was the fact that in transition, like off of a defensive corner, when they get the ball, he's very quick to distribute and create that counterattack. And even in the slight build-up play, it's like it's a slow build-up, and then real quick, once it meets him, he makes a decision or he takes a dribble, and then you can see he's already thinking about the next move. And for me, honestly, I think Gibbs-White does come in and can compete with Mohammed Kudus for that elusive title of best dribbler of the ball at Tottenham. Because I'll be honest, when we signed Tell, you said you weren't convinced on Tell. When we signed him, I said, yeah, but he's arguably now our best player with the ball at his feet, dribbling wise, because I just haven't seen it from much other people, especially healthy. You know, when you say Kulu, he's not healthy. I think he's going to be gone till like, I think they were saying December or January. Mickey says the whole season, he'll be back early October. Swedish media said 3 to 4 months. Okay. I thought the surgery that he got was like a 10-month type of recovery period. I don't know. But for me, I almost think Kulu might be one to look at in regards to we might try and capitalize off of him and sell him, because I don't know where he fits in. Traditionally, people see like he was a right winger when we brought him in for Conte. He was a right winger, and then Ainge tried him there. Yeah, Ainge tried him there, and it didn't work. We also played him at a false 9 in the preseason. That didn't work, and then he got moved to the 10, and it was 50-50, maybe 60-40 good. And I don't know. I'm not convinced. I just don't know what he's going to do. That's like, what the fuck? Staffy Jr. Hello, Uncle Jacob. Hello, Papa. You got a kid out there, Staffy?
We know who that person is, and I'm not even going to discuss them. I'm just going to time them out.
Who is it?
Who else likes to impersonate in this chat in YouTube because they have no personality whatsoever?
Shit, you're talking. That's like, you know that one girl, the one with the hair?
There's only one person, man. We'll just move on. I don't like to say their name.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I almost played a clip, but that was like that would be number 3, and then that would have been exactly what I was talking. You know what? Fuck.
Damn, I'm on my Britney shit. Oops, I hit again. Damn, I'm on my DJ Khaled shit. We the best. Damn, we rolling hella deep. I feel like Adele.
I feel like Adele is my favorite.
You know what
part.
clip you should have played for me? Since United don't get a lot of signings.
Here we go, the new Magnum sandwich to noon minutes. The deal is finally done.
I think Fabrizio, you said the wrong thing. That wasn't United related. Let's try again. Fabrizio, what do you have for me?
El Satora, here we go. Or should I say, twist my names. Fabrizio Romano here with some exclusive news. You're the...
Yep, that was Sutra. I still know Mbuemo. Here we go. So we're screwed.
You know, it's funny that you just did that as a bit, because literally I did that yesterday and I forgot to do it today for Morgan Gibbs-White because I forgot. We did get the, I was like, wait, I heard we had a here we go. Fabrizio, throwing it over to you in the field. What do you got for me?
Here we go, the new
Magnum sandwich from noon. And it's like, oh, no, the other here we go.
Without giving out
literally
too many
did that
details,
same bit.
Without giving out too many details, when you say Magnum sandwich, which is the ice cream, let's just say at my job, we deal a lot with ice cream sandwiches. So I see Fabrizio everywhere.
You have Magnum sandwiches there? I've never heard of noon.
I don't have Magnum sandwiches there, but close enough.
That's crazy because you know what? Today is a day we can all celebrate evenly.
Destiny Adoshi. Oh, yes. Oh, Destiny Adoshi Day. Hey. Idiots, man.
I was in his chat earlier. I was like, Happy Noni Day.
What did he say?
Noni Day. There was fucking 2,500 people watching, laughing at him. So I'm going to, some of them were laughing and then some were like, just agreeing with them kind of a thing.
There's some people that said that when you woke up to my text about Morgan Gibbs-White, because I'm sure you were sleeping at that time.
I did,
yeah. But listen, I got exclusive footage from your wife. This
and I feel as though all Spurs fans, like no matter what you've been feeling lately, that we're all in the same vibe of just like, this is fucking great. This is what we should have been doing for so long. And I'm just so I don't even want to be petty or bitter about the past. It is done. What is done is done. Levy has shown me Benihana's. He finally took us out of McDonald's and Burger King and he took us to Benihana. And you know what? I love it at Benihana's. I want to stay here at Benihana's. And that was my whole problem when we sacked Ainge and brought in Frank was I felt like we were not going to eat at Benihana's anymore. But you know what? All's well that ends well, especially at the Benihana. Do they have Benihana's in the UK? It's like a fancy.
They're miserable out there, so I would say no. I think if they had Benihana's, they'd be much happier. But they're not happy people, so I'd say no.
Well, Hotspur Hood said go get that steak, so I think they do. It's like a fancy.
I love his name,
steak.
by the way, Hotspur Hood. What a great name.
It is a good name. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I just think it's a cool name. I like it.
He has a channel. He has a great channel over there. He was
nominated
for several Spurs Content Creator Awards.
I see. I
think he won one actually. Maybe like underrated channel.
I'll rebrand my channel to Staffy Hood or Staffy's Hood.
You know, someone once told me in the UK, hood is a euphemism for penis. So I wouldn't change mine to hood, but I don't know. That's what someone told me, and they could just be a pervert for all I know. Because apparently the word touch, like, oh, my phone rang. Let me touch my phone. Oh, okay. And then if I say Tommy, oh, he's just going to grab that player like I grabbed my phone and touch him. Now all of a sudden, they don't like that. So I think people on the internet, their minds are in the gutter. That's what I think. I'm just trying to do my thing and, talk about the things without it being weird. Like, wait, why do I still have, Oh wait, that's not showing. I was like, wait, why is this still sharing? This is depressing. I just wanted to show it to laugh at it and be like, look how far we've come.
Yeah, you went to that team from this team. That was the team you
shout
had
out
on the
Brennan
left.
Johnson. No, shout out Brennan Johnson, bro. That's my European winner. He hit the game winner. You trying to say you don't like Brennan Johnson? I won't slander him, bro. He helped me become European champions.
I'd say I don't get too
Oh,
excited
did you
when
get
I
this
watch Brennan
news from Curacao Football News? Dick extends.
Advocate.
What?
You know who he is, right? He's a good manager.
Yeah. So nice they had to put 2 A's in his last name together.
No, he's actually a good manager. Big advocate.
Well, Dick extends is I think the
He
main point
managed
here.
Chelsea a couple times before.
I'm gonna just say why would they announce
He's
it like
historically a
this?
good manager. Like he's respected.
But
in the
why
game.
would they announce it like this?
Because you'd say the opposite of him not extending would
I
be.
said we struggled to get it up.
So I wouldn't say he struggled to get it up. He was able
extends.
to extend it. There you go.
He's a dick advocate, bro. It's crazy. That's just an insane. Wait, what is this? Oh, I saw this apparently, but this is like look at this source.
This is a very good
The
point.
source.
Dick extended in an up your ass stream. What a stream we've been having. And if you don't know what up your ass raid means, I'd visit an hour ago of the stream.
I was gonna say there's 3 moments and there's 4 moments at this point. You could absolutely Sabozalai to Forest. No way they're gonna
He's
sell
joking.
Sabozalai. Maybe it must be a Liverpool fan who doesn't want that. That's cool.
His name is also White LeBron, so he's clearly advertising incorrect information.
Is that who's in the photo?
I can't tell.
Oh, it's like a movie poster or something, I think. I don't know. But actually, wait. Did we finish this? No, wait, that's the wrong tab. This one. We didn't finish this.
God-given talent to have an impact on where
It's
I'm coming
never
from
over.
and change the lives of
forever
people in my family as well. It takes a lot of hard work and 24/7 focus to play in a league like this. Every game requires a lot of quality and focus throughout the whole game. So I'm just here using my individual ability to help the team go as far as we can, you know. I'm very team oriented, so my personal goals lies around helping the team get as much as points we can.
Bro, I already have 2, but I want a 3rd one because of Mo. Tell me that I should just get okay. So I've got this one in the away kit, and then I've got the long sleeve Sunny back here, and they're both the black away kit. But I just see it, and every time I see it, I want to get another one. Am I crazy to get another one, or should I get the 3rd in the home kit?
You're wrong. You're fucking poor.
That's why I'm gonna be on DH Gate. If they're fucking $15 a pop.
Daddy, chill.
So you're saying no, then I gather. You think I shouldn't get a 3rd away kit just because Kudus is wearing it and I think it looks
But you're not
awesome.
gonna listen anyway, so you might as well just do it.
You're right. Here's some cool photos. I don't know if you saw these. I sent you this one.
I don't like the new kit, the white one.
I don't like it like as a standalone.
Click the right one, the right picture. Yeah, I don't like it. Like the
I like the
placement of
long
logo,
sleeve though.
just annoying.
The long sleeve looks cool because there's like the gray under and like with the little blue accent. I'd like the long sleeve, but bro, the
Yeah,
home
I guess.
kit always makes me feel some type of way because of the fucking red. So,
The black kit is a
but
lot
that
better,
looks sick. That's what I'm saying. That looks sick. Like I want that shirt for that, but I don't even get to see that even when I look in the mirror. You know, it's gonna look like, you know, kind of frumpy, tubby AIA in red. I don't like it. It's so fucking enough. It's just. But I mean, look at that. You don't want to. Come on, man. All right, I'll go back to the dick extension. Let me unbookmark that stupid video. Morgan Gibbs-White has now been authorized for the medical on Friday. So tomorrow, we're gonna get the medical for Morgan Gibbs-White, and then You think they announced it the same day? Because I was thinking they were gonna save them both for Friday.
Probably on Monday.
You know what? This is something I want to get your opinion on. So I've been having a little bit of fun here on Twitter. Outside of that video, that's a good one. But like, you've probably heard me reference him, this old bastard that like talks a whole bunch of shit, but then as soon as you talk shit back, he blocks you. And he's apparently an ITK for Tottenham. He's in the mud because basically yesterday he tweeted saying that nothing's gonna happen. There's definitely not gonna be any of this or any of that. And then 2 hours later, it was here we go, Mohammed Kudus. And then now it's Morgan Gibbs-White. And it's just like, so this guy says Paul O'Keefe has said nothing that will happen this week, and that we had our highest spending week in club's history. And it's just reminding me, like, there's so many dubs right now for Tottenham fans. I'm struggling to find where I should be upset with anything at this moment, because it's like, well, you know, maybe Dan can help me with that. Maybe Dan from the Hotspur Hood. Let me remove one of my angles. There we go. Hey, what's up, Dan?
Yeah, mate. How you doing?
Hey, I'm about as blessed as a nun in church.
Must admit,
looks like he has some gabagoo there.
Gabagoo. You're right,
Over here. He's on gabagoo. Yes, sir. Let me ask you, I know your opinion on Kudus. What's your opinion on Morgan Gibbs-White and the fact of two fucking big here we goes in the space of what, 24 hours technically?
About 48 hours, isn't it? I mean, I'm impressed, especially by Spurs standards. Since when do we go down and slam 60 million on the table and say, I'm taking your man? That is basically what we did. If I'm going to be honest with Gibbs-White, he gets in that first team. I think we could have bought a better player for that amount of money. In Italy, I can pick a couple. But on the other side of it, he's also everything we needed. He's the right age for this Levy thing, if there's even a project. He's got the homegrown, he's English, whatever else. It sort of all matches up with the system a bit better. I'm not going to complain about it, though. I'm happy with this. Very happy with it. And
to be fair, he got sold for 40 million 2 seasons ago. So he was always going to be worth more. If you guys remember, he actually moved for 40 from Wolves.
Yeah, but how did he have a 60 million price tag on him? Buyout clause. You go and buy your man for 40 mil and that put a 60 on him. That makes no sense.
To be fair, Man City wanted him and they were priced for more. They really wanted him. You guys remember? And they failed and just got shifted.
The buyout clause was 60 up front, innit? Like, you put the money on the table, he's yours. Spurs never do that. Never. We always mess about and everything and then end up losing the player because we mess about too much. Or try and come up with some stupid deal with Levy and everything else and that.
Yeah.
That
actually makes me think of Van de Ven. The only reason we got him was because Liverpool were not convinced and we had as much time as we wanted to fly around that. What were you going to say, Steph?
I think it's all a part of a masterstroke of Edu getting better at Arsenal. He's 1 week in the job. He sells Elanga to Newcastle. And Morgan Gibbs-White to Spurs. So maybe he's cooking something there.
I thought where we didn't lose,
we
where we didn't get rid of Ange. We do. Where we didn't get rid of Ange in January, which I thought we should have. Glad we didn't because of the way it went. From there, I thought Levy's up to something here because usually the manager would have gone a long time before then, the way Levy works over history. And I think from what other people said as well, it works out. I think Levy had a plan. He was going to have a big clear out at the end of the season. Obviously desperate for the Champions League, as he always is, and plus the installments or whatever that it looks like is coming to it. And I just think he had a total plan because he has literally cleared out that system. And then to also bring a manager in and bring his coaches with him, Levy don't usually do that either. Levy don't go and spend
He,
like this.
yeah, he only forced one
either.
coach on him. Matt Wells is our new Ryan Mason.
Basically, and the rest of them, Frank got to bring his whole lot. We lost Nagelsmann because of that, because we wouldn't bring in 4 coaches with him.
Conte
Levy has
originally
worked in
said no at first because of that, and then he came back and said yes. But
that was the 15 million. That's where money talks on that one. But Levy does seem to be playing a little different game.
But he couldn't bring his own coaches, and then I can't remember. Who cares? I don't even remember anymore.
No, but it's good to see Levy work a slightly different way. Do I think he's totally changed? No. he's still money orientated and everything else, but I can't complain at the moment. I don't think any Spurs fan can.
Well, see, Dan, I think you know my demeanor since Ainge was sacked and Frank was appointed is, at first I was angry, and then I was petty, and then I was just sarcastic, over the top sarcastic about it, more or less, because I really just was like accepting where we were going. I just, fuck it. All right, I'm getting on the train, and I think we're headed to a place where there's no train tracks and we're going to go off the side of a cliff. But all intents purposes right now, it looks like that's we're heading to something beautiful, because we've not paid a release clause since Toby, if I'm not mistaken. That's a long fucking time.
Yeah, and that was only about 12 million.
Yeah. But just the notion of a team saying this is the maximum and you can have him, right? Or this is, if you want to pay this, you can have him immediately. And we typically say, well, will you take 5 less? What about 10 less? What about, we do that and we dance around, and then either a big boy comes scoop them up, or we just never do it. And, it's not, because that's the same thing we all said about Ezzy last year, right? It's just pay the damn release clause, get it done, get him in, let's fucking improve. And that never happened. And that's just the most recent one I can think about. So from my standpoint, like, I'm pretty biased when it comes to Mohammed Kudus specifically, because it's about 3 years ago, I was really pleading for him to come to Tottenham from Ajax, because I thought he was just a hell of a player. And I was really wanting a guy who likes the ball at his feet, because again, I'm a fan of the sport because of players that are just, when they do shit with the ball, you're like, wow. When they dribble through players, you're like, wow, how did he get through that? How did he do that? And the last memory I can really remember at Tottenham, someone doing some stuff like that, was Son versus Burnley when he won the Puskas. But even still, that was more of a pace thing. That was more of a kick it. Gareth Bale
was probably our last one that done that properly.
Consistently, and it was a part of his.
And with power and flair.
Yeah, and I'm so fucking excited about this signing that no ill feelings about the sacking or reluctancy and apathy towards Frank. None of that even exists for me anymore, because I can't wait to see what we're going to do. I can't wait to see how we're going to set up, how he wants to use Kudus. Because for me, I've seen Kudus play right, left, and at the 10. Central for West Ham. He didn't really carry the mantle, so to speak, but I've seen him in all those positions. So there's that versatility. Morgan Gibbs-White, I've seen him operate as that box-to-box 8. You look at his heat map, it would suggest a little bit more 10/8, but he's all over the fucking pitch. The only places he's not is almost the touchlines, and that's really it.
You see with Morgan Gibbs-White, the way I look on him as a player is, how shall I put it? A rich man's Sarr. And what I mean by that is, I don't particularly rate Sarr as a player overall. I think he's in the wrong sport, personally. I think he'd be perfect for an athletics track sort of thing. The engine and the pace.
He's a hell of an athlete. That's his biggest attribute.
Exactly, yeah. But his passing is very few and far between. He has a shot on him here and there. There just seems to a lot of the time be nothing at the end of it as such. Whereas Morgan Gibbs-White, he's got everything that Sarr's got, with the engine, the pace, and everything else. But he's got more than a respectable pass on him. He can get forward with a ball. He's got a good direct, good short ball. I think the only thing that really lets him down as a player is probably his shooting. But I don't think we're going to play him as a 10 or a shadow, basically. I've been asking for a while now, what formation are going to be used with Thomas Frank? And this is one thing I like about him. He's got a style of different formations he will use. I'm starting to think we're going to go more for the 4-2-3-1, where I was thinking we were going to go 3 at the back. And I think we're going to see a 4-2-3-1. Obviously, Kudus on the right. Finally use a Doggy and Porro for what they're good at, and that is overlapping wing-back play or full-back play, whatever way they're put back as, but overlapping, not inverted. And then you've got the option, I think, to play Morgan Gibbs-White as central, but more as an attacking box-to-box. This is where I still feel we need our other midfielder, who is just does all the dirty work, powerhouse, comes back and be more of a defensive box-to-box as such. Basuma's biggest problem, all his mistakes were made as a defender. He's not a defensive player.
That's a good point. Now that you mentioned that, I'm like, the times Basuma really pissed me off. There was a few times in transition I thought that he kind of pissed me off, but
yeah, I agree.
You know, if we utilize Gibbs-White as that 8, which he's comfortable at every area of the pitch, and this was something I used to argue against Madison last year, but now I love Madison because he's a European champion. He was a part of that run, a big part of it, I would say. And so, you know, I try not to talk too much shit on him, but there was stuff that I would see Morgan Gibbs-White doing, and I viewed him as their 10, and I'm like, this guy's our 10, and it does it not good or not at all. And it was that dropping into the deep, into a defensive space, winning the ball, or providing that extra cover, and then creating the transition play. Being a 10, but almost like a pulled back into a defensive position and like a distributor almost. And Gibbs-White, that is what he's so good at. You look at some of the defensive corners. I've been going through all the hype tapes, you know what I mean, where it's all just the best shit. And a lot of the stuff that I saw, I was like, wow, is the long balls, the switch of play, the transition, the starting of a counterattack. These are all things that I think you pair that up with a guy like Kudus, the pace of Tell, you start really getting some dangerous factors going there, and I'm just really excited. Again, my sarcasm is gone almost effectively, especially with hearing what Kudus said today, because he basically said, "Suck it, Jacob. I came here for Champions League and for Frank to improve me, because I see Frank improving them motherfuckers, and he gonna improve me, and I want that." And I was like, well,
who is
if he
going to
sees
improve
it,
at
then
West Ham?
yeah, well, we all knew that was Graham Potter. Are you kidding me? And that was part of why I thought his GA output last year specifically wasn't that great, was because the manager switch, they had injuries.
I think the
Mikel Antonio car crash thing, that can fuck with the just like the mentality in a locker room when your teammate gets fucking, you know, in a very, very serious accident. And, you know, obviously with RIP Diogo Jota shit happening, it's almost like I'm even more thankful that he's made it and now he's on the pitch again. And even though I don't like him or West Ham,
you wish no pain on no one, though, do you?
Yeah, you don't want none of that.
Okay, break a leg before you play us, and that I can deal with that. But you don't wish no excess pain. I don't think none of us are that deep.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hope you fucking lose everything in life in regards to the sport, but not like your life or your children or your family life, any of that.
Obviously,
because. But Casually says, wow, it's like we told you, you big wham wham baby. And, you know, it is almost like everyone told me to just wait for Frank to get to cooking. And I was just, you know, a little concerned because your first time when you go to California, if you've ever been to California, Dan, you go and eat a burrito mojado outside of a fucking gas station. You're like, what the fuck is this? Am I going to get sick? And then it's the best damn burrito you ever had in your life. And, you know, maybe that's what we're doing here. And I'll just be honest. Let me give that moderation back there casually. I lost all my mods, so I'm really excited. But I do need to go to work. My boss called me over an hour and a half ago and said, "Please call me as soon as you can." And I just kept streaming.
I mean,
that's fun.
One quick thing.
We got Kudus. What's he gonna say to me? But I do want to get your final thoughts on both players and kind of, yeah.
The thing with Frank, I can actually understand why quite a few supporters were like, "We've just, you know, I didn't rate Ange in any way. We've all, at the end of the day, we all just want what is best for Spurs. We see it through different eyes.
Exactly.
I watch a game, I'll see things that you don't. You'll see things that I don't. That's the good thing of football. I just think it did look very much like we're taking a step sideways. Where's the step forward as such? But on the other side of it, like I said to a few people, now I'm not saying he's superior in any means or manner to a Pop or to a Pep or a Klopp and that. But I'd love to see a Jurgen Klopp and Ancelotti, a Pep, come and get Brentford promoted. Keep them in that Premier League for 4 years when they've got a 17,000 stadium and they don't even touch the bottom three once. I'd love to see a world-class manager pull that stunt off. And that's where I feel a lot of managers and certain players don't get the credit they deserve. But then you need to also see him do it in a big club as well. So I have seen both sides to this story. He was my third choice, but I do see how it looks like a step sideways until you start seeing what's happening now.
Okay. So I think we're more or less, I was maybe just being more dramatic because obviously you know my feelings about my Aussie gaffer, my Europa winner gaffer. But I'm also like you in the sense it's like once you kill old Yeller, it's no sense crying about her anymore. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube kind of a mentality. And so I just moved on and became petty and almost just angry at whatever, because it was just like, what are we doing? Like you said, you felt we took a sidestep with that appointment. I just looked at it as like a factual accolades versus each other. But that's a good point. That'd be a fun, like, if you could do something like, let's see Pep do that, because Pep, you know, where he's had his good success, what Bayern, get what you want. Barcelona, you get more or less what you want, especially in his day, you got what you want. City, you get what you want. It's a little different. You got a guy like Frank, he's like, I'll take this, I'll take that, give me one of them, and then he's making something. And that's kind of my coming around of like, all right, I'm gonna just sit in the back seat like the good little kid. He can play
with the cards he's got. I think he suits Levy's system.
And these are the best cards he's ever had in his life. That is the part I'm like, so if he does what everyone says he does, which is, even Kudus said it, so it's not just me saying, a YouTuber said it, a fucking professional player said it verbatim. So
he's very respected in the football world as such, just not so respected in the fan side as such. In the actual football world, he's a very respected manager, coach.
Yeah. And that's the thing for me. It's like they used to bother me hearing like, oh, well, at least we got a coach now. It's like Angel's still a coach, but they're different coaches and their approaches are different. And but I mean, like, it's just semantics at the end of the day. I don't want to spend too much time going through that, but at the end of the day, they both got their badges through the same fucking way, and they're both UEFA licensed, and they're both. And you know what? To me, I viewed the hiring a manager who's never managed in Europe, managed now in Champions League at Tottenham. I just kind of thought was a train wreck. But by all intents and purposes, kind of what I was saying, it's like you give Frank the best he's ever had at every position. Maybe not the best, but because I don't want to speak about every player he's ever managed. But you would say 80 to 90% is a lot better than what he's ever had in his career, ever.
Totally.
And I say the same thing for Ainge, respectively, like from a squad perspective. But what no one ever said about Ainge coming in, they all said he's going to win shit and he's going to win you over, but they never said he's going to make these players this or that or this or that. And Frank never really said it to my knowledge, but he's done it. It's more like, look at the body of work. I don't have to say it. And that gives me a lot of hope. I'm not going to lie. And it's the hope that kills you ultimately. But I've got a lot of hope now for Frank and for Kudus and Gibbs-White, because the club is doing what the club should do for a manager. We didn't do it for Jose.
Should have been doing for a long
Conte.
time.
Yeah. And that's been my issue the whole time is with the club's lack of desire to do what we did fucking these last 48 hours is act like those guys. And, you know, we may not be them guys just yet, but we're fucking acting like it. And sooner or later, I think it might, I think, you know, shit, if you, there's no way, right? I want to end with it. I know I said I was going to end and I'm going to keep rambling, but what do we do, man, if we do go sign a fucking Wharton? I know it was some bookie sources, some, you know, non-credible. It's that guy at 7-Eleven with the bag and the drink in the bag, but he said we are interested in Wharton. And there was a tweet from Fuad that I had in my bookmarks, and it's like some dude hooked up to it's like a shitty stencil drawing of a goofy looking guy on a oxygen thing. He's like, I don't care if the source is shit. hook it up to my I don't even remember the word he said, because he's just, we're enjoying life. I feel like this is what Chelsea fans must have been going through. They win a trophy, then you just get, here we go, and you're upgrading your squad and you're getting better. And man, 48 hours, 2 players straight into the 11. I don't care where you fucking put them either. They're going somewhere though. I think
3 days ago, I asked you how this transfer window's going. You asked me how the window's going. I've been asked on enough other shows and asked enough other people. My attitude with it is my saying on YouTube that practically most people know: same Spurs, different day. And then in a matter of 2 days, I'm like, I'm shocked. These 2 signings are more established players than when we signed Romero. Now, Romero, he'd had a good season in Italy, #1 defender out there, but he wasn't really that known. These 2, and Van der Ven, majority of people, because a lot only watch the Premier League, had never even heard of him. And he
that is
wasn't
one
an
where I get
established
to
player.
luckily be like, I said sign
I've
him
seen
for
him play a
Conte.
couple.
Because I did before my second kid was born, I had more time to watch more football as a stay-at-home dad. So I would watch. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick a team from each league and I'm gonna follow them, and then I'm gonna kind of like see and scout for like cheap options because I know how the club works. And so it's like just like a something I enjoyed doing. And I watched a shit ton of Leverkusen. That's who I followed in the Bundesliga. I followed PSV Eindhoven in the Eredivisie, which made me want Mohammed Kudus. And same thing with watching Leverkusen made me end up wanting, because it's just, there's sometimes those players stand out. I'm not a scout. I'm not a fucking Houdini, like a whiz guy with all the numbers. I just watched the game. I'm like, wow, that guy's doing
But
shit
you know
nice.
what you're watching. You're watching
Yeah.
football, and you know tactics, whatever. You can see what's going on a pitch, and if a player is superior, he stands out.
They just fly off of the page. And like Van de Ven, the game that I saw, he kind of flew off the page. Then he had that viral moment where he ran from end to end and had a goal line clearance. And so it's like, wow, he's really fast too. And, I always felt like that's going to be the run. But Morgan Gibbs-White, I think he ranked 6th last year in the ranking of best player for the year. I think Mo Salah won it, but he was on the short list of 10 names for voting of the best player of the season, and he came in 6th. So you sign that, so in my opinion, sounds Premier League proven. Mohammed Kudus, to me, is proven in the Premier League. He can beat players with physicality and with pace and with his dribble moves. The only thing that we're still waiting, I've seen some, but not enough, to is the end product in front of goal. Maybe
finishing.
some final decision, maybe some final third decision making, and execution. But like listening to him speak, he sounds like he's got a very good head on his shoulders. He's humble enough to know that this guy's going to make him be better and fulfill his potential. To me, that's got me so hyped for the Frank train. I can't lie.
But he's everything that Brennan Johnson isn't, basically. Again, another player I don't rate, but he's excellent at getting in his little position and tapping it in, which also takes a mentality to read the game to do it. So credit where it's due.
It does take football IQ and athleticism.
Exactly. But that is basically all I find he can do. And one thing I'll give kudos definitely is he reminds me, and I'm not putting him on the same level, but more as an old school winger like Figo, for instance. He's got power on him. He's got pace on him. He can take his man on. He's got the arrogance to take his man on. And I think that's one thing we don't really. That's one thing we haven't. I mean, and Mr. Box Office is the one who's been saying this for 2 years straight, and he's so right with what he says in the aspect of in that team. One thing we lack is arrogance, and it's a thin borderline between arrogance and then just being an arrogant prick, basically. Yeah, very thin line. But to have that arrogance, to know you're good, and also be confident in yourself. I think the closest we've got to that with 2 players is maybe Romero and Maddison. They've got that bit of arrogance because they know they're a good player. Yeah.
Yeah. Even Kane and Son did not have that arrogance, and they were that guy for a period. You know what I mean?
This man's got the bottle
that.
to say, right, I've got 3 of you in front of me. Am I going to do my sideball? Do you know what? I'm going to take you on. Win or lose. Okay, I lose. I'll take all 3 of you on the next time, and the next time, and the next time. I lose all 4 of them, and do you know what? I do it the 5th time, and I beat you. He's got that arrogance about him, which we lack at Spurs so badly.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about him. His attitude and that. I think he's a good.
I do agree with you that thing that is inside. I think most men. I know you got a little bit of it. I got a little bit of it. It's that
We've all got it.
bravado. It's that like I can do this because I know I can do. Like if there's something you know you can do and you get a chance to do it, you're gonna have all the fucking confidence that you can do it. And for me, I feel like you're absolutely spot on. Like we have lacked that, especially in the attacking line. Like a defender has it, that's great. Vicario's got some of the fire. You know, Pedro Porro's got some of the fire. It's like cool, but like, is that bravado? That fuck it, I'm gonna go again. Yeah, it didn't work the first 3 times. I'm gonna keep doing it because it's gonna work. And it's cockiness. Big-headedness, I don't know, but
there's a lot,
whatever
like
it
I
is,
said, it's a thin line. It's a very, very, very thin line between having that arrogance and confidence as such, whatever word you want to use. But he's got it, and that is one thing we lack. He's power on the side, he's fast, he's quick on the ball, he can pass, he can cross when needs to, but I totally agree on the side of the end finishing product isn't necessarily his strongest point out of it, but who says that's what he needs to do all the time? As long as he can get that main passing or whatever, that's what we want our winger to do. And yeah, we also want him to finish up a few goals as well.
The last point I do want to make, just propping up Kudus a little bit more, is last year he was in the 90 or 95th percentile for attempted crosses or accurate crosses is what it was. I don't know what the minimum threshold is, so like
he was the top dribbler.
He was the top dribbler in our league, but second behind Lamine Yamal, who had like 30 more successful take-ons or something. But it's Lamine Yamal, he's generational talent. But with Kudus, this is something that I think, and Staffy, who was on and then just left abruptly for no fucking reason, he mentioned that he thinks Solanke's going to be feasting off of these additions of Kudus and Morgan Gibbs-White. Because for me, I think the attention they're going to bring is one thing, but the crosses into the box, first of all, Gibbs-White has a beautiful everything Madison does, Gibbs-White can do. I've seen it. And he does, I just feel like he's more physical than Madison as well. He can take more physical contact, but the crosses into the box, I think Solanke, which was one of the sells that I bought into of him, which was he had the most headed goals at Bournemouth before we signed him. I think it was the most headed goals out of anybody. And it was like, okay, but then we just never aerial crossed the ball. So it's like,
that was one thing I kept saying with Richarlison and that. I mean, Solanke, I think he's a pretty average
Richarlison
player.
crosses the ball in and we score a fucking goal, you know? It's like, wow.
But he wasn't getting played. This was the problem I had last season. So many of those players was not getting played to what they are superior at, to what they sink at, to what they're good at. You can get a pretty average team out there. You play the right formation for that team and everybody to their strength, you can make an average team look very good. The bit I'm looking forward to, really looking forward to. I mean, next season I was interested in this one, but now I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward on that right-hand side to see how him and Porro get that bit of chemistry together. With Porro being able to charge up there and cross it from deep and everything, and also with Kudus coming in and I think them two are going to be interesting. I'm very interested in how them two click, if whatever. The chemistry I think them two can get could be very good.
Yeah, I think just Gibbs-White and Madison, like I've seen people kind of like worried about, oh, well, where's he even gonna play? Shit, you got 2 10s and a fucking 6, and
he's more of an 8, I'd say.
He'll do, yeah. So that's the thing. It's like I didn't watch all of Nottingham Forest, admittedly, but when I look at like the heat map, it's a little heavier in the opponent's half, but that still can be said about most 8s. So it is like maybe we did just pick up like that bad boy 8 that can also do the shit that a creative 10 like Madison can do. And then when you lean more on the things that Madison can do well, then we can even get the better out of Madison. And admittedly, he was one of the best players in a very bad, poor team last year. And he was
But he
one
had
of the
no
bright
space. He had two inverted wing backs sitting either side of him. He had his centre back sitting on his ass. He had his striker coming back, two inverted bloody forwards. What a playmaker needs is space. And with Morgan Gibbs-White, I do not think he has got the playmaking capabilities of Madison, but I think he's got more than enough capability to cover Madison when he's not there, whereas Kulusevski can't do that. He's an attacking midfield shadow striker. That's where he was best at Juventus. So I feel we've actually got cover for that playmaker now, but I don't think he's quite got the skill and eye for the moment of Madison, where Madison already knows what he wants to do with the ball before he gets the ball, but he needs the space to do it. And Morgan Gibbs-White is the sort of player that can almost give him that space to do it.
Yeah,
that's how I see
I do
it.
think Morgan Gibbs-White is what you mentioned. I agree. Madison is one of those. He has the ball. There's a man here. He knows where he's about to go, but what's about to come after that as well from him. And
like Ericsson used to.
Right. And just in the highlights, right? This is all just disclaimer. It's all in the highlights that I've seen. I saw Gibbs-White do a little bit of that. Like he's about to receive the ball. He's already looking, and his first touch is to bring the ball from around him, and then he took a shot on when he was in the box. But that's just like one specific instance. But I did see a little bit of that as well. But look, I do have to go to work. I've been going longer than I thought I would. Dan, thank you for joining. We got to actually do a full stream sometime soon, and we'll make it happen. But I'll say this. Staffy TV and the Hotspur Hood both are in the description of this video. So if you're watching live, click it, subscribe to them. Make sure you show them some love because, you know, that's if you can't support them, then who can you support? Big up Chris Peters as well, gifting 10 memberships, and Sean Hurl gifting another 10. That's 20 new members, man. The family getting bigger. And when I say family, I'm going to say like the Kardashians, dysfunctional and drama filled. But you know what? We're still a Spurs family at the end of the day. And thank you, Dan, for joining me today for as long as we could go. I went longer than I wanted to, but I was just enjoying the fucking conversation because this is like, what are we doing,
happy.
man?
We're happy.
Look at Tottenham, bro.
If you would have said it, last bit I'll say is if I would have said this to you 3 days ago, Kudus, I could see it coming. But if I would have said to you 3 days ago, right, these next 2 days we're going to sign Kudus, okay, believable. And then Morgan Gibbs-White, who I'm not saying is a world-class player, but he's a good established player who I feel can become a very good player with the right coaching and people around him. You wouldn't have believed me. I wouldn't have believed me. I don't think anyone Spurs supporter would have believed me, and everyone else would have laughed. It's just good to actually feel and see that at Spurs for once, just for once.
It is a good feeling because it's one of those like I want to be proven wrong by Tottenham, by Thomas, by players, you know, like Madison. I rate him highly. It's the same thing, you know. I try with Son. I'm a little softer because I love him so much. But it's like I hold you to a high standard, and when you don't meet it, I have to call that out. And Madison is one of those. Like I think he's a very good player, but when he only gives me that greatness 33% of the time, I get mad about it. But a Gibbs-White not only alleviates some of that pressure that inevitably, you know,
he's more consistent. Definitely, he's more consistent and more capable
just
of the season.
Having someone over your shoulder, you're like, shit, he's kind of balling. Like, I need to go out there and put some shit on it too now. Like, iron sharpens iron. I agree. You cut diamonds with diamonds, and that's for a scientific reason. And but anyway, I'm gonna keep rambling on. Thank you so much for joining. Staffy, big up Staffy for the raid as well earlier. And thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. Make sure you hit a like and subscribe, or don't, whatever. It's your fucking life. Because I'm going to lift the, hey, I saw Danny D said lift the cup. You know what? Here you go, Danny D. If you got double D in your name, I'm going to go ahead and say, hey. I stopped wearing the Australian hat, Dan, because people were getting really upset about the Aussie hat. But I'll throw it on right here at the end for all you, just for Dan, actually. But big up, everybody. As always, stay blessed, stay fresh, up the lads, and the vibe.